All right, I think everyone's talked about the Phoenix Suns after they've acquired Kevin Durant, made the huge trade at the trade deadline, and not everyone gave the Brooklyn Nets much credit for the trade package they got, but my god, is Mikal Bridges looking good lately. Averaging nearly 28 points since the trade deadline, insane efficiency numbers yet, nearly 50% from the field, 42% from three. I mean, the Nets have declined a little bit, going 10-13 during that time, but Mikal Bridges, he's looking incredible.
Yeah, I mean, how could anyone see that coming? Like you say, we don't give the Nets enough credit, but I don't know if obviously you knew Mikal Bridges was good, but I don't know if they would have saw that he was this good. The front office has just got to be jumping up and down every day he plays at this point for what they got. But like you say, the higher field goal percentage, higher 3-point percentage, higher free throw percentage, and rebounds per game, all of course, he's shooting way more than he did in the Suns because he's the guy right now. He's the guy. He's the one shooting. He's the one pulling it. But he does all that in one less minute than he did on the Suns. So he plays one less minute in Brooklyn with all that extra higher field goal percentage and stuff like that, and it's great to see, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think that's incredible too. I mean, we've seen it before, like a new situation for a guy, maybe he's not playing much on a team, and Bears situation, more minutes, the impact goes up, but maybe not even really a Bears situation in Brooklyn, not even more playing time either, it's just the opportunity. And even the Brooklyn Nets, they would be lying if they said that they saw this coming. Really, nobody did. I mean, he's looking like a potential first option right now, and on Phoenix, he looked like a really good third one at best. I mean, maybe a second occasionally, but nobody's seen this coming. I'm not sure if he'll be able to keep it up for like a full season, averaging 25 plus per game. You don't need him to either, with him being an elite defender and elite two-way player overall, but nobody's seen it coming, and I've been pretty amazed by it.
It's honestly kind of funny too because not that it matters, but the Phoenix Suns and the Nets, they have the same exact record right now. They're both 43 and 35, I think. And obviously the Suns are sitting a little bit higher in seeding and stuff, but yeah, I mean, it's just interesting to see. No one saw it coming at all. I think that confidence, and I don't know if maybe the coaching staff, they bring him in, they say, hey, we know what you're capable of. I'm just going to give you the green light. Obviously we don't know what goes on in the back room there, but that confidence alone sometimes just helps guys, like you say, a new situation, new coaching staff, and I think that he's just kind of got the green light, and they're just saying, hey, you're the guy, you're the first option right now, let's roll with it, and he's literally standing out so good.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Jacques Vaughn, their head coach, interim turned future head coach maybe. I mean, after they got rid of Steve Nash, he helped their team before they traded away Kyrie and Kevin Durant, and he's looked great with their new post-trade deadline team too. I mean, they haven't been great overall, but what he's been doing for Mikal Bridges and Cam Thomas before they kind of benched him again, which it's kind of confusing, but they're trying to stay in the playoff mix. He can be a little sporadic at times, but again, in terms of Mikal Bridges, it's been absolutely incredible. I'm really curious though if how people view him going forward. I'm not sure if I view him as like a first option on a team. I think he would be a perfect second option now that we know he's capable of this. And I mean, combined with his elite defense, he can kind of be like a Jaylen Brown, maybe not even a second option, but like a 1B to a 1A, kind of like Jason Tatum and then Jaylen Brown, but Jaylen Brown kind of being that Mikal Bridges type.
Definitely, yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from. The thing that I always think about, and you see it all the time when you see NBA player versus average Joe or whatever, and they just school them. You think how many guys are in the NBA, just like Mikal, that they were the third option, like you say, maybe at times the second option, just came in, took solid shots, knocked them down, super good player, just completely efficient. How many guys are like that in the NBA that totally have the potential to be the guy and, average upwards of 25 plus every single game in that consistency? It's interesting to think.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe not all of them could do it in the NBA, but I mean, a story came out not that long ago about Patrick Beverley averaging like 40 points a game back in high school.
Did y'all know Pat Bev averaged like 40 in high school? Like he was an offensive player in high
40
school.
fight.
He averaged 40. He averaged more than I did in high school. And dog, he was like windmilling and like catching lobs and like a bucket.
No, you gotta understand, when I come to the NBA, I'm a defender. I never played defense.
They were all the guy back in high school, and a good 90% of them during college too. I mean, you have the hard workers like Alex Caruso, who made their way in the NBA by playing defense and being a hustle guy, but yeah, no, a lot of them were the guy back in college, definitely high school, and I mean, yeah, a lot of them would be capable of doing more in a bigger role. It wouldn't necessarily translate to more winning, but I mean, the rare occasions like a Mikal Bridges, it shows you that it can happen.
Definitely. It helps too, because Mikal Bridges, he seems like a really genuine dude. He seems really nice. Seems like a pretty good teammate. You know, we don't see everything, but he seems like a really good dude. And when you see that kind of success, it just makes you happy also. But yeah, I mean, he's hooping. Love to see it. I'm excited to see what happens in the playoffs. Currently the 6th seed right now, I think.
Yep.
And we'll just see what happens.
I mean, not guaranteed to remain there. At this moment, they would be matching up with Philly, which I would favor Philly. But I'm really curious to watch how Mikal Bridges will perform in a playoff setting then too. He'll be their first option again. He'll be matching up with Philly, who will they even put on in? They'll probably put a little bit of DeAnthony Melton, a little bit of Jalen McDaniels off the bench. Who am I forgetting there? Tobias Harris. I would like Mikal Bridges in that situation, but yeah, I'll be curious to watch how he does in the playoff setting when a team can actually game plan for him for at least 4 straight games. But I think the Nets will want to see that too, to plan their direction moving forward. Will Mikal Bridges be their number one guy moving forward? I mean, I'm not sure that's set in stone yet, but he's definitely given them a lot to think about. And I mean, we can't go without mentioning his durability either. That is so important in today's NBA, where, you know, taking a 1-2 game break is so common. You know, injury management, load management, whatever you want to call it. Mikal Bridges having none of that.
Nope, he plays every single game he can. If he can move, he's playing.
Yeah, it actually means a lot to him, which it doesn't to many other players nowadays. But no, that's a huge part of it. When you're getting that kind of production from a guy every game, that will translate to wins. We don't always think about it, but it really does happen.